saw the left picture and I was like, how is this the image and not the one on the right? Because that is the image. I don't even know what to make of that image of. You motherfucker, you hit me or you cost me the match and you didn't even know if I did it. That's the way I interpret that.
I had several attempts. Oh, so I was going to just go with the I hit you.
The Muhammad Ali standing over you? Yeah.
I was going to also include Jia Li because it was her time. And then I also thought about the JC Jane treatment.
Oh, who?
This guy is bad.
You know what? I didn't hate him. I didn't hate him in this segment. I didn't hate him.
Nah, this guy was atrocious, Marcus.
I thought he was okay in this segment.
No.
This is the one time I'm going to say I thought he was all right. He was tolerable, and I thought he added something to the story.
Nah, he didn't, Mark, because I heard it. He picked up that microphone, and I was like, ooh.
Oh, no, he didn't.
I was ready. I was looking for flags to throw because that was red flags all over. Challenge, strike.
I took him serious. I was in the moment when he came out and went, oh, shit, did he do it?
I took offense.
Did he do it? You took offense.
He offended me. He offended me and my ancestors.
Well, Manny, let's do what we always forget to do. Let's do the intro.
Welcome, everyone. I feel like you should do it for a change.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, let me shake this up. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. But if you're in Mexico, Latin America, South America, Central America, and Spain,
Why Central America?
I don't know. I don't even know. I just wanted to add it in there.
This is Central America, Ohio.
I honestly, Manny, no, because America, I believe because America is separated by North and South. I believe America is Central America. I don't know. I'm not a geography major. I'm just saying, in Northern America, Southern America, and Central America, we are known as the kings of the ropes. Fuck you, Madalik. Fuck you. We own that trademark. I'm Marcus the Grand Finale, and I'm joined by
Lord Manny Hayes.
That was a real stretch if we're talking like
I was trying to think of something funnier, but nothing was happening in my brain.
I have nothing.
You know when people go like there's like a little rabbit or something or a little bear or whatever going on inside your brain.
Yeah, I guess it's bears.
whatever was left inside it was like, nah.
Rider strike, Manny. What? Rider strikes. Why? We want you to cut down on the beer drinking. You're killing brain cells. No.
I haven't had beer in like 6 weeks.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I'm clean.
I was just saying, there's a reason for,
You're trying to claim I have an alcohol problem, but I haven't had a drink in 6 weeks.
Damn it. I don't think you have an alcohol problem, Manny. I think the problem is society hasn't caught up to your alcoholism. Are you ready to jump into the show? Let's talk about
let's jump into the show. Marcus, I'm not a big fan of the way Dynamite's been opening for the last couple of weeks, where it's a cold open, like we do, but it's always MJF, and then he always prolonged this story of Adam Cole.
Yeah, and I want to also say this right off the jump, MJF. I'm going to give you a recommendation. You should not sync your phone up to monitors to mirror screens at work because you may forget, and then next thing you know, important information or something's going to be out on that monitor. Everybody's going to be like, oh no. Yeah. I see his bank account number and all this.
And also, if we want to live in the world of reality, syncing up your screen like that is not that quick.
No. He just went. And Adam Cole.
And in most occasions, your phone is going to stay in portrait. It's never going to go landscape like that.
No. Yeah, I don't even think about that, but yeah, it wouldn't do that.
First of all, he congratulated Jay White for pinning him last week. Adam Cole still thinks he should team up with Samoa Joe to take on the Gun Club, which MJF says he's not going to do. MJF questions Daniel Garcia, who's he getting tonight? The sports entertainer or the professional wrestler? Roddy tells MJF he is a wrestling legend and can give him some pointers. MJF tells him he was a wrestling legend, but he's turned into a complete joke. Hey. And then Roddy says it's time to remind everyone who he is.
By the way, we never saw Roddy Strong again on the show. I was waiting for him to remind me. He never did anything else. He never showed up again. And I was like, oh, he's going to remind us. Maybe it's later. Maybe he didn't say it was that night. I was going to remind people. It was
Bobby thinks this was taped several weeks ago.
Yes. I like to think that when he said that, he was like, yeah, I remind him. Just like Marcus reminds people he's going to the gym. Yeah, I'm going to the gym, but I never said it was today.
So we get the opening match with Daniel Garcia versus MJF. I thought it was a good match to open up the match. MJF wins by submission with the what's the F word that goes before that armbar?
I don't know. I called it the disarmer. Fujigo.
It's something like that.
Fujigo. Is that the word you're looking for?
I think so. And now I'm getting questioned whether I look sick. No, not even questioning. Apparently, I look sick.
Yep. Manny, what happened? You losing weight? You look sick. I'm healthier than ever. I'm losing weight. Nah, you look sick, mate.
You look sick. Oh, okay.
You want to eat? All right, I'm going back to eating birthday cakes. Then I guess that's what we're doing. No, you can't get healthy without someone yelling. You look sick. Is something wrong? Like, oh yeah, Marcus, you're eating vegetables. Is something wrong? No. I like vegetables.
I mean, I don't. I just want to live.
Yeah, I want to live. Damn it, I'm trying to live.
I did write a question for you.
Ooh.
I know there's quite a lot of injuries, and then there's also really odd booking where you're not really booking your stars to be in the arena. You're just getting a lot of backstage segments with your stars.
Yeah.
So do you remember, like last year, MJF? He wasn't really wrestling this much.
No, he'll wrestle, once every 4 months or 5 months.
In this instance, then, is AEW overexposing MJF? Because he is wrestling a lot these days.
I think that the whole show, I think they're trying to do the Attitude Era version of Steve Austin, where the entire show of Monday Night Raw was about Steve Austin going in and out of situations. Whether it's
but like
destroy stuff, and then he'll have a match at the end or so. But I feel like that's what they're going.
Huh? Like they weren't.
No, they weren't.
They weren't. The Austin ones weren't good matches. MJF is at least trying to have good matches.
Yeah. So I was saying that's what they're doing. The strategy is like, well, MJF needs to be the focal point because he's their biggest draw. I'm sure they have statistics to show it. I don't have them. I'm sure WrestleNomics has it. I'm sure someone like that, but we don't have that here. We go on what I feel. I don't go by the numbers. Feelings. Yeah. We're not going by the analytics. So I'm assuming he's a draw, and that's why it seems like everybody in the company is all of a sudden involved in the MJF storyline, even though they're not really.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that's what the big deal is. But it does feel like a little bit of overexposure. Like, I didn't need a match with him and Danny Garcia this week.
No.
Like, because I didn't need this match or the main event because both of them prompted two things for me. We're not changing the main event of Full Gear.
Yeah.
We started this build back in September? I feel like for MJF and Jay White, maybe September.
Yeah,
maybe
no,
early October.
Early September because it started directly after All In.
Yeah. So we started this build way back then, and all of a sudden you're going to give us 2 matches that are supposed to jeopardize this Full Gear main event where Mark Briscoe was going to fight Jay White. If he wins, he goes to the main event of Full Gear. And then in the first match, if Danny Garcia beats the champ, he is the main event of Full Gear. So we potentially got Danny Garcia versus Mark Briscoe at Full Gear, which would have put
what a main
which
event.
would have made me ask for a refund right away.
What a main event.
Yeah, like, that's the route we're going. And then just the fuckery of MJF still not having this belt, doing title matches, and then the guy who stole the belt is being rewarded with main event #1 contender matches with the belt. I just think it looks ridiculous.
Then we move into my new favorite tag team, the Outrunners, Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd versus Darby Allin and Sting.
I think Darby and Sting spent too much time with these guys. I feel like they should have mopped the floor with them.
Yes. This should have been a squash match, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, Darby got some of the business. Sting understood the assignment.
Sting put Truth Magnum in a deathlock.
And Sting was like, fuck this.
Yeah, Truth Magnum got the Scorpion deathlock. But Turbo Floyd did the business on both of them for a bit too long.
I feel like this was more back and forth to MJF and Danny Garcia. Which was, I thought, because that match was short. I didn't realize how short.
It was short, but I thought it's short.
It was fine.
I thought Daniel Garcia had the best showing in a very long time. I just feel like him being the sports entertainer thing, you just haven't seen the best of Daniel Garcia in a long time. Like when he was just rolling with the 2.0 before the Jericho Appreciation Society, he was doing really good. But like now he's just kind of just there for me.
He's just another guy. He's in that Chad Gable spot, I think.
Nah, I wouldn't even put him in a Chad Gable spot.
Ooh.
Tozawa maybe. Tozawa.
Nah, maybe. That's a little too low.
Nah, I think he's in the Tozawa spot. Like he's on TV, but like, do you care? I don't.
Leave in the comments. Is he Tozawa or is he Chad Gable at this moment? Because now, Manny, the more I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking Tozawa. I don't remember the last time he actually won a match. I'm gonna be honest.
When he pinned the Miz.
I'm sure he got. Oh, not Tozawa. I was talking about Danny Garcia. Miz is having a rough year. Also, I'm so sick of watching dudes tell other dudes what to do. Like, there's so many storylines of, you can't shake his hand. The Jericho Appreciation Society, I don't know what they are now. They haven't been rebranded to anything.
No.
Stopping Danny Garcia from shaking MJF's hand. And it's like, I'm like, what? Why are you even hanging out with these guys? Why are you even still hanging out with these guys?
Well, my thing would be, I'm like, dude, you ain't won a match. You as a team have never won a match ever. So don't you tell me what I can and can't do.
Yeah. I'm shaking this man's hand. I know we went backwards and stopped talking about Sting and Darby, but
I mean, that Sting and Darby thing was just there.
Turbo Floyd and God, I forgot the other one's name.
Truth Magnum.
The Outrunners were the real story here.
Yep.
I can pay to see them every week lose to different tag teams. I'm just saying.
Shida and Toni Storm, because we were in Toni Storm's timeless world, we went black and white. Shida asked what happened to Toni Storm. She doesn't want the title. She just wants attention to her silly acting. Toni said, Shida happened. She couldn't make history, so she became history.
Yeah!
Shida may have the title, but she will never have the spotlight.
You know, that was too real. That was too fucking real.
What?
And I know it's in the comedy sense, but it was too real. That line of, Shida, you may have the title, but you will never have the spotlight. And I 1000% agree. And it broke my heart for Shida and hearing that, because Shida will never be the star of that women's division. She's always holding the title for the next champion.
And you know what? I actually generally like Shida.
Yeah, I'm falling out of favor with her recently.
Nah, Marcus,
it may be the other her opponents, but
every time she brings out that chair, I know she's never gonna hit someone with that chair. She's gonna do that flying kick, and I love it.
Manny, make sure my segment's in black and white. How would I know? How would she know if it was or not? And why did she get to speak the time? Sheeta's the champion. Sheeta was so upset that the segment was in black and white too. Like, why?
Yeah, but it also had the film.
Yeah. So if I'm Sheeta, I am a little upset about this. I'm the champion. Why don't we get my decor anything? Every week I'm booked in a title match, so I may not even make the match. But now that they signed contracts, I'm happy that we're not getting any more Sheeta title matches.
Well, this is why. So Tony Giovanni opened this by saying Sheeta, the women AEW, 3-time AEW Women's Champion, 4 title defenses. I was like, she only got the title like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no.
4.
Stacking up the stat pattern. She got 4. She beat Abaddon. I don't even know if I can name everybody she beat. Abaddon, Emi Sakura.
That wasn't a title
Ruby
match.
Soho.
The Emi Sakura one wasn't a title match.
Oh, that was an eliminator match. So
yeah.
Who the fuck are the other two?
Don't know.
Sky Blue. Fuck it.
We go to Swerve with Prince Nana versus Penta.
When I drive, when I ride.
This was a really good match. Swerve wins with a stomp off the top rope. Swerve tries to remove Penta's mask at the end of the match. Hangman, who was banned from ringside during the match, comes out, levels Nana and Swerve with chairs, and then delivers a dead eye to Swerve off the stage and through a table.
What? I want to second that. This was a really good match. Really entertaining. And shows that what are we doing with Penta and Swerve? That they're just kind of around. I know Swerve's in the middle of this Hangman feud, but Hangman, I want to say this for the record, Betty. I want this for the record. If anybody were to go into my house, invade my personal space, throw a t-shirt on my infant child, which could have suffocated them, tore up, I guess, my other kids' artwork, and did all that, I don't give a fuck if you bar me from ringside, man. I'm coming out there. It's beat down on sight. It's the only thing that can happen is police are getting involved or murder. At this point. That's the only thing that's going to happen in this situation. And I don't know which one of us are going to jail tonight, but one of us are going to jail. And I don't think he should have been back there just being like, Tony Khan told me not to interfere with this matchup. So I'm just going to stay back here. Well, Tony Khan telling to everybody else not to interfere in matchup. Or have the gun club.
Why is it only this? The gun club. Every person that comes out at ringside, the Jeff Jarrett Society or whatever they're called.
Yeah. The Jeff Jarrett Appreciation Society. Whatever they're called. They're all out there. You know, Hangman can't go out there and just be like, I'm gonna do a little commentary. Or I'm gonna attack this man. If I'm barred before the match, I'm attacking you before the match. It's beat down on sight. I don't care.
We get Kenny Omega and Jericho. And this is one of the pettiest, pathetic segments of all time. Jericho talks about Don.
This is a strike. This whole segment.
Jericho talks about Don not realizing Kota Ibushi and Paul White would have their backs when the Young Bucks interrupt. They claim they set up camp with the extras in a broom closet because there's not enough space in their locker room. He likes what they're doing with their cool name, the Golden Jets. I mean, he remembers their cool name, the Elite, who started this company. Jericho said, where were they when Will Hobbs was doing a number on Kenny last week? He believes that four of them started the company, got the company off the ground. The Bucks said Jericho just swooped in and claimed a big check. Jericho says they may be the best tag team in the world, but him and Kenny could beat them. So this essentially sets up the match at Full Gear, with the stakes being the Young Bucks title match goes to Kenny and Jericho if they win. And then the Golden Jets can no longer fight together if the Young Bucks win.
Man, this is a strike. This is a strike. I'm gonna give 2 strikes just because our strikes really don't matter at the end of the day. But I'm giving 2 strikes for this segment. I am going to Full Gear, Manny. We've announced this. We've said this numerous times.
We've announced it like it's some big thing that you're gonna do.
Like Keith Lee going to Atlanta restaurants. This not the wrestler. We're announcing that we're going. This is not what we've been building to at all. For months, there's been attacks in overseas. International crimes have happened. Real Hobbs has tried to kill Kenny. Multiple feuds between Callis and Screwdrivers and Kenny has been going on. And you think the payoff will be at Full Gear. But no, we get this makeshift feud of the Bucks who decided to get jealous of Kenny and Jericho's newfound partnership and name. And this is the match we're going to get. And I just go like, why? And my main theory behind this, Tony Khan forgot to book the Young Bucks at Full Gear. Had nothing. And on top of that, Manny, with the icing being on the cake on this one, and I don't know if this, maybe I missed something, but are the tag team champions of Ring of Honor or AEW even booked on Full Gear?
Ring of Honor tag team champions is.
Yeah. I forgot MJF was the champion.
But who are the tag team champions? Oh, it's Starks and
Big Bill.
What's his name?
Bill.
Big Bill.
Big Bill. Man, he Starks and Big Bill aren't even on the show.
That's bad that you don't even know who the tag team champions are.
Yeah. I
don't know who they are.
You did a better job figuring out that MJF is half of a Ring of Honor tag team champion than knowing who the actual AEW tag team champion is. In fact, I could probably tell you the trios titles for Ring of Honor and AEW before I could tell you who the tag team champions were.
I know one person in the ring that is the Ring of Honor trio champion who better, but I don't know who else is.
The Gates of Agony. Is it the Gates of Agony, Manny? Who have never had a single second of mic time to explain why they hold the gates to the agony.
Kenny doesn't want to wrestle the Bucks, but if he's asked if he's thinking of beat them, they've been down that road and he's done it before with Ibushi and Hangman. If they really want to fight, they could do it. Maybe they'll clean up their act and start acting like real adults instead of, his words, sissy, whiny, bitchy children.
That's what they came off as, though. That was the exact sentence I.
But that's how Matt Jackson always comes off as.
Just whiny. Just very, very fucking whiny. And that's what I got for this segment. It's just like, why aren't you teaming with us? I don't even know what he's upset about this. What's he upset about? This elite thing.
I don't know.
Because remember, he got pissed off about Hangman, who had real business to take care of. That his house was being invaded.
Yeah.
And they lost the titles. And that's when he got pissy about this. And I think he had a temper tantrum, right?
He had a temper tantrum also because Jericho was in their locker room. With Kenny.
Yeah, so they had this full temper, just whiny little bitchy stuff. But I thought we were going to the Callis family feud or something. Instead, I guess the street fight next week will be the end of that with Paul White and the Big Show, where I'm trying to decide who I want to see less, Ibushi or the Big Show, because both of them are washed.
I don't want to see Paul White. At least Ibushi will attempt something stupid, and then you'd be like, ooh.
Yeah, but Ibushi makes me sad, because I was like, I remember when you would go to Ibushi, man. What the fuck happened to
me? Do you know what I saw on scrolling through X the other day?
Yeah.
Young Ibushi versus El Generico.
Yeah.
I was just like, how old is this footage? And then it made me feel incredibly old. We got Keith Lee versus Samoa Joe for a Ring of Honor TV title match. This was a very good big meaty men slapping meat.
And it was undercut. I thought they undercut it at the end of the day.
Well, so Joe chokes out Keith Lee, says he's hungry, then vacates the Ring of Honor TV title, claiming he wants MJF and the AEW World Heavyweight title. I watched the Cultaholic News video this morning, and they were talking about this.
Okay.
And then they said they went on a very long tangent of this was very bad booking.
I only
This,
had a sentence. Yeah.
huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I only had a sentence in my rant, but I want to hear what their rant is. Go ahead.
That it was very bad booking on AEW's part because you didn't actually get anyone over because Joe had a very long title reign. So realistically, you would want, I think it was like over 500 days.
This is a lengthy. This is a long. He was the king of TV for a minute.
And you would think you would want to pass that kind of on to someone to build them up at least. But then they veered off into another direction of AEW. AEW, they kind of wish AEW never bought Ring of Honor because now it's kind of just it's all over the place and something like that. It was really weird because like I've never heard them openly criticize AEW like that. Like only during the Punk stuff when Tony Khan was handling the situation wrong, they showed some criticism, but they've never really criticized AEW in that sense. So like, what did you make of that situation of him just dropping the title like that, like it was nothing?
The main thing that comes across that I got right after he dumped the title was Keith Lee died in the middle of that ring.
Yeah.
After being choked out for a title Joe doesn't even want.
On his birthday.
Yeah, on his birthday. Joe doesn't even want the title. Joe has made up his mind before he come out there. I don't want this title. But I'm going to whoop Keith Lee ass like if I did. And then gave the title up. For what reason? I had no reason for him to give it up. I mean, yeah, let's say you carry it around, you defended it. It's nothing stopping you for going for the AEW World Title and being the Ring of Honor TV champion. And I have been on the show for the record and saying Ring of Honor belts don't matter. And this only like took it to that next level of agreeing with me that these Ring of Honor belts are just around and they don't really matter. And it was frustrating seeing them get rid of that title. And I don't give a damn about this title. And Joe also clearly doesn't. And I think most of the AEW audience don't care about that title. But when you see someone give up a belt, it's just like, and then after defending it, I'm just like, so what was the point of this match? He could just be like, Keith, you can have the damn belt.
Yeah.
Instead of, I'm going to whoop your ass. And then I'm going to give up the belt that you fought for.
Like, in a sense, it makes sense that Samoa Joe wants the AEW World Title. It makes sense. But, like, I just don't agree with, one, you've made that title have some type of lineage with Samoa Joe holding it for so long, and then you kind of just pissed over, one, the title reign, and then two, whoever else is going to hold on to that belt afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, he could easily just drop the belt anytime to anybody, and no one would honestly care. Like, if he were to drop that on the Ring of Honor TV show, against, I don't know who's on the, it's the entire AEW roster and Ring of Honor roster is one and the same. Like, let's say he lost to Dalton Castle or some shit. Be like, oh, Samoa Joe's not the Ring of Honor champion anymore or a TV champion anymore. And then he had this match with Keith Lee and said, I'm hungry for the AEW championship. I know I was a lengthy champion of Ring of Honor, but that's old shit. I got tired of it, and it caught me slipping because I got comfortable. But I'm hungry again, and I want the AEW World Championship. I'm going for bigger and better things.
Yeah.
And to me, that would have made more sense than just being like, here you go. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, he was claiming to be the king of TV and being proud of it every single week. Every time you saw him with his cigars and Hennessy, he was on there. And then one day he just woke up and was like, fuck this.
Yeah. And this is kind of where the show just took a turn, like a massive turn. Like I was with it to this point, and then it took a huge like dip for me.
Yeah.
So we got this whole Orange Cassidy stuff. Orange Cassidy says Mox must have lost his mind, stating he overlooked him and doesn't respect him. He's the only person he thought about since he left him in a pool of blood when he took the title from him. He now says that holding the title doesn't feel the same. He needs to beat Mox in order for the international champion, for him to feel like the international champion he knows he is. And then I have no fucking clue what Mox said.
I was going to try to get a translation.
I watched it 3 times. That particular segment, I had no fucking clue what he said.
I'm gonna try to do a translation of everything Mox said right here, but I want to first take a shot at Will Yuta and say we've got Samoa Joe. I believe an MJF promo was sprinkled in there, Orange Cassidy, and someone else may have cut a promo. And I guess it was Mox. And then you get the Mox. And then the last words are for Will Yuta, who just sounds like just a white man. You're like, and I go like, oh, that's just low. I looked over to Ryan, who I was watching this with. And I went, that was like watching my internet connection die out and the quality lowering right away when he started talking. And yes, as you said, Manny, we have no idea what Mox was talking about. He was just talking about the lions and tigers and bears and chains and you made me bleed and life is hard and Renee, give me my whiskey. He just sounded like a drunk man rambling on the street.
Yeah, and if he's allegedly clean from not drinking alcohol anymore, he sounded incredibly intoxicated for a man that claims to be clean.
Yeah, because that was just the ramblings of a drunk outside of a bar, right? That's what I feel like I got. They want to talk to me like I'm some late person. And I was like, man, just try, I'm trying to get through, please. I'm just trying to walk by. Please don't harass me.
And that looked like the place where Hangman claimed to be outside the hospital.
Yeah, so I didn't understand what Mox was talking about. I understand Orange Cassidy's side of this. Fuck you, you left me bleeding. I don't even know what Mox is upset about other than Ray Phoenix beat your ass to the point where you've been off for a month.
Then we get a squash match between the Guns and the Bollywood Boys. They claim they are a generation talent, not MJF. And then Wardlow is still upset that his potential has been wasted because of MJF. The days of the devil running over AEW are coming to an end. Useless segment.
I think it's trying to reestablish Wardlow, but you know, a lot has happened since that video package that we were taking out. A lot. It's been a year and a half, maybe 2 years already.
Yeah.
Since like they're showing shit, they just completely ignored a gap of poor Wardlow stuff. It was like, yeah, like he got hit over the head. All he remembers, the last thing he remembers is MJF is turning on him and calling him big. It's the last thing he remembers.
Then we get a very useless match. I'm going to get to J.K. Smith's comments in a minute. We get a very useless match between Julia Hart and returning Red Velvet.
Fresh out your
Julia
mama's
wins
kitchen,
with the
man.
blackness. Huh?
Fresh out your mama's kitchen. She was back. You're not gonna even tolerate her nonsense.
No. Sky Blue comes out as these two stare each other down. It's pointless as Willow and Statlander.
Skip so much of that match. But yes, Sky Blue could have come out in all black.
Going off topic, hey Marcus, you and your brother are twinning today. He wore his to work today too.
Bastard.
Mariah May is all elite, and her intentions is to meet Toni Storm because she is a massive fan.
Can I bring it back to the Sky Blue, Julia Black?
Why, Marcus? It was a bad thing. It was a bad segment all round.
I'm just wanting to say there was. I just think there's too many people with colors and too many colors involved in this way. And I'm not talking about racism. I'm talking about
Velvet, Sky Blue.
Yeah, there's too many colors. I want to call it the Crayola segment of the week. Somebody's in a house of black. There's a red velvet. There's a sky blue, and then Willow Nightingale comes out. And I don't know what we're supposed to take away from the TBS title scene at all. I don't even know. This is the entire women's division. Where's Britt Baker? Where's Soraya? Where are any of these people they signed? Mariah may show up, but I want to tell her something. You ain't nothing but Tyra Valkyrie. I see you on Rampage.
She is. She's not even. You know what? She's going to be rampaging and forgotten about. This is the problem. This is why I'm. This is the problem. Like, if you think about it, there was 3 women segments on this show this week.
Yes, all-time high.
That's ridiculous. And then we get to the main event: Mark Briscoe versus Jay White. A good match. Jay White wins with the Blade Runner. MJF music plays. He comes from behind, takes out the Bang Bang Club, leaving him and Jay White, who runs away. MJF says he hopes Jay White has fun playing dress up as a top guy, and he will have to get in the ring with the real world champion. States Jay White will have to kill him to beat him. He's not just fighting for himself anymore. He's fighting for everyone that come along the journey with him. Lights go out. The Acclaimed is attacked. Jumped by masked men. Bowens. I don't know why Bowens. I feel like
Bowens got this.
But I don't know why Bowens got. I feel like these masked men don't like gay people because Bowens goes through through a glass window
there too. I feel like Cass's been questionable these past few weeks with his love for MJF. So I don't think this was a hate crime, Eddie. This was just a crime.
MJF runs to Samoa. He runs to the back. Samoa Joe catches him and says, "You look like you've been running out of friends," and then walks away laughing.
Yeah, in his tape segment because he looked like he's friends with a Daisy that he hasn't fought Keith Lee yet. I don't know why, but whenever someone gets thrown through a window, it makes me laugh. If you go watch our old Beverly Hills Cop Flash watch alone, I'm sure I laughed hard doing him get thrown off the window.
We still have to watch the third movie.
Oh yes, it's still... Did we ever do Beverly Hills Cop 2?
I think
we think we did. We may have did both of them.
Yeah, we did. I think with Eric. I think we did the second one with Eric.
Yeah. But seeing him go through that window, but the main question about this attack, and I was going to ask the question of why, whose office was that? Why did it exist? Why was there glass?
It's Shawn Michaels' new office.
Yeah, he decided to go with glass. It's harder to break. Manny, who's under the mask? All right, it's time to show your cards. Give me 3 people you want under those masks or under that mask.
I really want all of us to have been played by the system of AEW, and I still want it to be CM Punk. How fucked up would that be if it turned out to be him all along?
If it's CM Punk all along, it would be great. How does he get to the backstage locker room each time? I don't know, but that would be interesting. And it would be like, oh, we all been playing for suckers.
Yeah.
We're all fools. But I don't know. I want to say it was Jungle Boy, but I would have said if it was Jungle Boy, he would have exposed himself by looking at the camera and said, "You see, real glass."
That wasn't real glass, though.
I know. I was gonna say, he's the number one suspect. Who else you got? Phil, Jungle Boy.
Those are all the suspects because the guy in the suit looks really lean.
Yeah. You're not thinking Kyle O'Reilly or even Bobby Fish.
It's definitely not Bobby Fish.
No, I don't think it's Bobby Fish at all.
I don't know. There's not much really going for the AEW roster, even though they've got loads of talent.
Yeah, loads of talents. But everybody's either injured or missing or some kind. Could it be Christian and the Edge?
No. Do you know what? If they really want to pay something off, they really should have it be Wardlow.
I think the Wardlow's too big. You'd be like, oh,
Wardlow's too big, but that you could put anyone in a costume for the time being.
That's true. And it change it up.
Yeah.
Just like Retribution. Wardlow's a good option. He's a good option. Adam Cole is another one that he's faking his injury and he's playing mind games.
Yeah. It could be.
I mean, it could be anybody. And I hope that, earlier in the show, Roddy was like, I'll show you what I can do. Maybe it's Roddy.
Oh, do you know, it would make me sick if it was Roddy.
You don't want him yelling Adam and that being the Kingdom. It makes the most sense being the Kingdom because that matches the same amount of people and the crew.
Yeah, but think about it. So you wait. This it's been playing off in the background for several weeks now.
Yeah.
If this is the payoff, I'd be so mad.
Manny, can I alter your alternative other than Adam?
Thunder Rosa.
So I'm in that same ballpark. Nope. So Adam Cole's injured, and I believe her man was stolen by another man, and Britt Baker is the leader of this group. And upset that Adam has spent all his time with Roddy and MJF and is trying to kill them all. Why did Jay White get attacked? I don't know. But if Britt Baker is leading this and talking about, y'all done stole my man. And now
so she's suddenly become Black and Nikita Lyons.
Yes. She's in full blackface. And it's like, oh shit, we got stuff to do, Lowe's. But that's prime suspects. Who's in the mask? But the main question is, are you intrigued about who's in the mask, or do you think this want to be over?
I kind of just want it to be over. I think they really need to take a zig. No, they need to zag at the moment.
Ooh, could it be Ziggler?
Nah, they can't have him till January.
I don't know when these contracts are up. They can milk it to that long.
I really think they need to zag from the Adam Cole stuff. If he's really injured, they need to move away from it. Stop including him on the show and move away from it. Like, let them you can recapture that whole friendship thing when he's back ready to go. But you include him on this thing, it just makes us realize like they're stalling, just like they stalled all summer because Jamie Hayter got injured and that whole Outcast thing just fell off.
Yeah, that's really bad. I don't even know where that's at.
Yeah.
I am intrigued that if they do milk this devil thing until the WWE release time's over, it's Dolph Ziggler, Mustafa Ali, and I don't know, Rick Boogs. I'm just making up who's recently I get or Top Dollar.
If they held off and then it was Mustafa Ali, I think that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool. It'd be a good way to introduce someone, and like, oh, I didn't see this coming at all. But if it's some of the release times, Ziggler, Mustafa Ali, I'm trying to think of anybody else that they release. Top Dollar. I doubt it's him, but just naming off the people they released recently. Boogs. If it's the WWE guys, that's the devil. I'm for that.
Yeah. Let's move into NXT, where it opens up with Kira Tozawa versus Noam Dar in a Heritage Cup match.
Manny hates.
Huh?
I said you already hate. Like, I hate this.
I did, but I enjoyed this. I enjoyed it because it's Akira Tozawa.
The Alpha Academy are in the draw now for NXT. There are no more WWE main roster talent on the show. I mean, Dominic still has the belt, but he wasn't on the show. So,
should we talk about this now, or should we talk about it after we've done the report?
Oh, we can talk about it. Let's talk about it now. I say at the end. Let's talk about it. Let's wait to the end.
Okay, so Jimmy, we'll talk about we'll bring up your NWA comments afterwards.
But should we go to J.K. Smith's comments? We never actually went back.
J.K. Smith said, "Good morning, good evening. Hulk Hogan is a Scouser, and Earl doesn't like face Miz. Scouser is a term you call people from Liverpool.
Yeah, it's people with Scottish accents for Britain and all that.
No, it's just Liverpool accent.
Oh, okay.
It's very high pitched. So do you know how you envision Wheeler Yuta?
Yeah.
It's like, I can't do the full accent.
I've seen enough of the movie Snatch to know kind of a Scouser and all that other stuff.
Having multiple titles didn't stop the Ultimo Dragon. It didn't.
It didn't. I don't know why Samoa Joe gave him his belts.
Keith should have just been the Bearcat. I think WWE would have been better. I think if I was going to be medically unwell, I'd rather be medically unwell in WWE.
Hey, I want to say this. Keith looked good. Keith looked good. He's in better shape. It looked like Keith Lee decided to pull a Wardlow and go back 2 or 3 years. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, that's the one from NXT. He doesn't have the gray hair no more. He's back into that prime Keith Lee shape. He's moving better. It was like, oh, this is a healthy Keith Lee. It was nice to see.
Oro Mensah gets the business off the belt from the Alpha Academy.
Well, he was talking shit, and it was a reason for him to get it. Like they cheated. Lash was all in the match, and there's some shenanigans going on. But I thought it was a really good Heritage Cup match. Nice segment.
Alpha Academy plan to return next week on the Supernova sessions when Gulak questions what happened to Gable. Where the hell has these guys been for weeks?
Yeah, when they popped up, I went, shit. I haven't seen these dudes in forever. Like the other guy, I think he's British. I'm not sure where he's actually from. The new guy. He now has a toothpick and some.
Miles Bourne.
Yeah. Whatever.
I'm not sure how they're going to handle him because he's deaf.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, that's the thing about him. He's a wrestler that can't hear.
Oh, okay. I'm sure there's ways. I'm sure maybe that's what they're working on, but
yeah,
I haven't seen these guys in a minute. The pettiness of God, I'm even forgetting his name. Cable Stevenson's brother.
I forgot too.
But whatever. I haven't seen these guys in forever.
Yeah. Mick Foley selects tonight's qualifying matches for the deadline.
While he was on the toilet.
Fallon Henley versus Tiffany Stratton and Dijak versus Tyler Bate. Lola Vice was talking her talk in the back when Kalani Jordan said she should split that contract with Elektra because without her, she would have beaten her. Elektra says, don't be jealous because you lost. Roxanne tells her not to make enemies out of the entire women's locker room because it's one thing to win the breakout tournament, it's another thing to win that women's championship.
Manny, you just won the breakout tournament. Let's say a week ago. Whatever. You're Lola Vice, basically. You returned to that locker room.
I'm trying shit.
That shit. Yeah, you talking bad shit the whole night.
I'm big time shit.
All night long, you'll be hearing me talk in that locker room.
In fact, my outfit is gonna just be the contract. You have it all plastered all over me. Like my tights, it's just gonna be NXT breakout tournament winner, and then the contract all over my tights.
At this point, you gotta realize we need a bigger locker room for the women because they were all bunched up together in a little circle and had to put up with this probably for all night.
Well, Ariana Grace was trying to play peacemaker.
Yes. The more I see her, the more she does remind me of Santino, and it's ridiculous.
I love it. I love it. Lyra Valkyria comes out. I didn't realize how weak she was on the microphone till now.
I thought you were talking about like her gains or something. Like I didn't realize she couldn't even carry that title. She was having a hard time.
Nah, she's weak on the microphone, man.
Yeah, it's she's not the best, but that's what NXT is for. I gave it a pass because I don't remember her ever being on a microphone like this. I was like, I don't remember you ever having the microphone alone in the ring. Ever.
She had one. She spoke when she beat someone and then called out Becky Lynch. And I remember it being weak then. But then Xia Li comes out through the audience and did the business, Marcus. She killed. She said, did you see what I did to your hero Becky Lynch on Raw? She plans to take Lyra's title and then kick the shit out of that security guard.
Yeah, that guy got that for no reason. Yeah. He got it to the point where the other security guard looked and was like, oh shit.
Marcus, but he went, oh shit. But then he went in the corner with his knee up like, oh shit, don't hit me.
Yeah. They don't pay me enough for this. I didn't want that smoke. Someone needs to tell Xia Li that it's not her time isn't everybody else's time. Because I really think there's a time management issue going on here.
I hope she said hello to Boa.
Yeah. And Dante Chi was like, what's going on with you guys? Oh yeah? Taking over the world down here? All right. I see y'all. I see you. But she can't just show up to the NXT Performance Center and demand a title shot after being fired or kicked out of Raw.
We don't know what happened. I believe she just got kicked out of the match. I don't think she's been fired from Raw.
I don't know. I feel like that was like, you get the hell out of here, Ty. You don't ever come back. I don't know if she's back in NXT permanently or is she one of the alpha experiences, like just main roster talent. Because I don't consider her like a red needle mover to put her down there.
Nah, I think she needs to work. I think it's wise to put her down there.
Yeah.
We get Tiffany Stratton versus Fallon Henley. You know, of all these years of wrestling, I've never seen someone lift them up like I was gonna see fall away slam and just throw someone through the middle rope straight to the outside. I've never seen that before.
That's
And it's just like,
100%, 1000% just pure disrespect when she did that. And I went, oh. Even the announcer, she
such an obvious thing
went,
to
oh,
do.
what the hell?
It seems like such an obvious thing to do.
Yeah, just like, fuck you. I'm not gonna throw you over the top. I'm just gonna launch you right through the middle. Ow! The fuck?
Because that thud when she hit the floor, I was like, ow!
Yeah. Like, there was nothing pretty about that. It was just like, oh, she's mean. Tiffany's being mean. But I enjoyed this match, and I thought, Tiffany did what Tiffany does.
You know what?
He fell the tip of the moonsault into the moonsault. It's nice.
Fallon Henley did well in this match. I think they have something in Fallon too. Tiffany in the back with Kiana James. They're both determined not to let anyone new or experienced win at deadline and knock them off their perch, as they claim they are carrying the women's division on their back. I'm not sure about you, Kiana James, but Tiffany, sure.
Yeah, Tiffany. No, I don't remember the last time you won a match, Kiana James. You can't carry nothing if you ain't won nothing. But I do like them being together. They would make a good tag team.
They end their conversation claiming they both know who's winning at the Iron Survivor match, and then Stratton going, I like her, while Dante Chen has face paint and is talking to Boa in the background.
Yeah. I don't know why they can't find any privacy in their conversation, but they're always on camera like, hey, what's going on here? Also, randomly in the background, what's her name? The Rock's daughter, The Rock's niece, Ava Raine.
Ava Raine. Ava Raine is seen going into Shawn Michaels' office, whilst the referee is explaining he's been told to use referee's discretion in the match against Braun Breaker and Von Wagner.
Oh, man, so I was confused on why he got it. Like the question of when you just came out of somebody's office, what are you doing? It's my business. I'm the referee. Imagine an NBA or NFL or even a FIFA rep getting on the office of the commissioner and someone going, hey, what's that conversation about? My job? Mind your business.
Because I feel like I'm coming out there going, I got one title match.
But he had a full interview and expectation and full TV time. He got more TV time than most people got this week in wrestling.
Wesley says he's back now with his head and body right. He has a list of things he wants to take care of. On top of the list is smacking Dominic in the mouth and win back his North American title. Baron says no one cares that he is back. Wes says, is he still trying to search for relevancy? Wes also says Ilya is going to destroy Corbin for what he did last week.
Forgot about the Corbin attack last week. That's how the show actually ended.
Yeah, there was too much going on. They shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
So we do get Braun Breaker versus Von Wagner. I mean, it happened.
Yeah, it was not pretty. It wasn't pretty. It was, I see nothing with Von Wagner. I say this every time I see him wrestle, and he eventually puts Breaker through the table.
Vic said, and I quote, I don't give a damn about my candy, put him through the table.
Yes. But I noticed the bucket of candy, Manny, he didn't load it up this week. He didn't load it up. It remained
intact. It didn't fly everywhere. It remained intact.
He didn't have an overflow of candy. Normally he has an overflow over that bucket.
I don't get it, though. Why does he need so much?
I'm assuming it's his energy for instead of drinking a Red Bull.
It's 2 hours, man, because I could probably do with just a packet of Skittles or something.
I don't know, but that's what his demands are. I need my candy here, damn it. Load it up. Now I think it's just a gimmick. I think he already had it in one show. And now it's a gimmick. Now I'm just going to leave it here. I would like to see an NXT show without that announce table being broken. I don't remember the last time I watched the entire NXT show without the announce table being broken.
I do like it because I always want to see how Booker T tries to escape. It's always one of the most interesting things to me. Because he ain't agile anymore. He's got bad knees and everything, so it takes him a while to do anything.
Yeah. He's like, let me move a little bit.
Melo reiterates he did not attack Trick, and his reactions was caused was because he saw the look in his eyes when he picked them up, and that he is listening to all the outside voices pointing at Melo. We get a Brawling Brutes package where they heard the out of the mud story, but they also grew up on the streets. This is so stupid.
And not Manny. People growing up on the streets.
Marcus, I could make a video package saying I grew up on the streets.
Manny, the video package was shot in Florida, clearly, and they may have tried to look like it was the ends of London. Yeah. And all I can think about, this reminds me of the Grizzly Young Veterans video that they released. And I was like, what happened to those guys? Like they said they were going to do stuff and they never showed them again. Could be under the MJF mask. But I they're out the mud. They're out the mud. I just want OTL to be gone. To be honest.
Marcus, so I'm going to go through these terrible segments. Joe Gacy was just rambling nonsense again this week.
Yeah, he's like, oh, Bray Wyatt is out the way. Here I go. I'm taking his job. More coherent promo. Him and Jon Moxley this week.
Jon Moxley.
I was gonna go Joe Gacy. Yes, it was a rambling of a man on the street, but I understood this man has got his nose ring and he's really upset. Jon Moxley, I don't know what he was talking about or who he was cutting that promo against.
JC Jane is handed some papers from some of Tony D's goons. She looks in the envelope and looks shocked as they act, and then and then Andre Chase comes in. They act surprised when the guy that can't fucking Thea hell into the scene. I mean, I just want to know
what's in the bag. What's in the bag, Manny? What kind of pictures are those? What they got on Andre Chase?
I don't know, but I really want to know so this can be put to bed.
Yeah, this better not be no fall-off story where I never get the answer. I need to know. This better not be a Shane Benz situation. What's in that briefcase? I need to see these pictures. I need to know what Andre Chase done did. Because that man looked concerned. Oh my. He's
concerned for weeks.
Yeah. But whatever these papers are that JC got to look at, she looked like, oh, this is it. This is the end of Andre Chase. Like they got little girl photos. Who's this little girl? Oh shit.
We got Otis versus Gulak. Otis defeats Gulak with a powerbomb. Dijak versus Tyler Bate. It was a good match too. Like,
yeah.
Dijak win for the first time in weeks.
Ever. Eddie Thorpe is still dead.
He goes into the Iron Survivor match. Trick and Melo. Melo understands the way Trick is feeling. He got blindsided and the opportunity of a lifetime was taken away from him. But he needs to understand that roadblocks are part of this journey. Yeah. He says without Trick, there'd be no Melo, which is what Trick doesn't understand. He did everything for Melo, but why can't Melo be there for Trick? The exact same way he was for him. Trick goes on to say he never saw who attacked him. Melo sees some prize.
You didn't see? You never saw? Motherfucker.
But when Trick goes to ask Melo who did he attack him, out comes Lexus King. Both of them ask him to leave.
Yes, they both ask him to leave. Manny, I know how you feel about this. I thought this is the best moment of Brian Pillman Jr.'s career. And that's not saying much. Not saying much. But I enjoyed him in this segment. It gave me very, very strong young Chris Jericho vibes of just the most annoying
Marcus, do you know what this gave me?
Should be ignored.
Do you know when you get an Oreo?
Yes.
You get an Oreo and then the center's not that nice. Like it made the Oreo brown, the cookie bit stale. It made the bit stale, and then you got the center. It's like ugh. That's how it made me feel. Bad Oreo.
I didn't think that's where you were going with that at all. I thought you was talking about two black guys and a white guy in the middle. It made me think Oreos, and then you're like, it's a stale Oreo. The cream was no good. No Oreo. Manny, my question right now, though, since you're on to bring up Oreo cookies, How do you feel about Oreo cookies releasing cookie dough Oreo cookie flavor?
That's do you know
Cookies and
that's
cream.
more,
Cookies and cream. Sorry.
you know all these incredible flavors that Oreo does.
Yeah.
More of an American thing. They rarely come over here.
Yeah.
So
I know this is a recent thing. What do you feel
yeah,
about cookies and cream Oreos?
I don't know because I won't be able to try them unless
Let me
someone
tell you
wants to send me them.
Manny, I'm gonna tell you this for the record. As someone pointed out, it's nice that Oreo made their new flavor is Oreo cookie. Because isn't that what an Oreo cookie is? Cookies and cream. What the fuck are they trying to get away with here?
That some fat person will go to the store and see, oh, new, I will take that. That's what happens.
They've never done cookies and cream. They've never did cookies and cream.
That's what happens.
Yeah. It's a shame to tell us. That's like saying I want a McDonald's hamburger. Oh yeah, okay. Then we have a new hamburger. Yeah, what's it called? McDonald's cheese and hamburger sandwich flavor. Oh, okay.
You know, thank you, Levi.
Don't listen to him, Lee. Don't listen to him, Eddie. You're ill. You're not well.
It's all the cocaine and meth I've been doing.
Yeah, you and James Mitchell. You and James Mitchell. Father James Mitchell.
Trick goes to hit Lexus King, but then he accidentally strikes Melo. He pulls up Melo, and then Melo makes the funniest face I've ever seen. You motherfucker.
Yeah, there's so much in that face that you can't read. I can't believe you hit me. I might be concussed. And two, you interrupted my match, and you think I attacked you, and I told you I didn't do it.
No, Marcus, this is the face. Do you know? This is the face of. Do you know when someone hits you too hard? And instead of hitting them back, you go, man, why are you hitting so hard?
Yeah.
That's the face.
I just see pettiness and plot revenge. With our logo is blocking the whoop of that trick on that image, but it is what needs to happen at this point. I think if Melo didn't attack Trick and he is innocent and Trick punched him, well, by accident, whatever, and cost him that title, Melo deserves to kick Trick's ass, and Trick shouldn't be upset about it.
Marcus, there better be CCTV footage.
I can't wait. Anonymous is going to be attacked. I want him to yell, "You damn right, it was me, Trick." I need a Triple H moment.
So do you know what? NXT was good, was all right. I think Dynamite fell off for me. Raw is the best show this week for me. What about you?
Yeah, I thought you went wrong. I thought NXT was the better show. I was entertained. It went by fast. It was a fast 2 hours. And sorry, I couldn't breathe for a moment. I was like, oh God, I can't.
I thought you were lost in thought.
No. I was just like choking a little bit, and I was like, I'm trying to finish the sentence, but I couldn't breathe. I thought NXT because 2 hours is a better show. Raw was a good show as well. Dynamite could have been better. I didn't hate Dynamite. It just seems like it was missing it just seems like a show that's missing a lot. It reminds me of
missing their stars. Put your stars in front of the audience, not in backstage segments.
I don't understand. Like, when you go to a Dynamite, you should be getting at least give me Kenny and the Bucks. Nah. At least give me John Moxley. No. Bryan Danielson injured. Okay. I can't even get Ricky Starks and Big Bill to tag team champions. Nah. The Acclaim, I don't think showed up in front of the audience either. Nope.
Sheeta didn't. Tony Storm didn't.
I couldn't even get Eddie Kingston. The bottom of the barrel of their stars. No one actually showed up in front of that crowd. If I paid a ticket, I've been very upset.
And then so it got announced yesterday. NXT is moving to the CW. And seemingly after what we spoke about on Tuesday with the NWA losing their TV deal, it seems like they're not even going to be on the CW at all now.
No. They apparently this is worth. Someone posted somewhere. This is a contract. I don't know if it's legit or not. This is a they're getting paid like 200 million or 300 million or something like that.
NXT.
For NXT, and it was the exact same. It was about the exact same money the NWA was gonna get.
Wow.
Which is like sounds like what the fuck. Like that sounds horrible. It sounds like one of the like worst business decisions ever. And
you know what? And then
Billy Corgan suggested that. It's like, oh,
because that's a lot of money for NWA.
Yeah,
that's really just pocket change for NXT and
that's
the
one
WWE.
Saudi show probably for them a year.
That's 4 Saudi shows.
Well, expanded over however long this contract is. I think they said 5 years or something. So
I'm thinking, basically, like you got to think it's good business for NXT if you think about it. So that was just a show they produced for the network back in the day, like where it wasn't making any money, and then they negotiate something with the USA network, and then that's now making money, and then they make this deal. I hope by going to the CW they change up the format a little bit. Maybe like get out of the performance center a bit. And
I would hope, but I think you know what? Why stop? We're making like the NXT show is only a profitable show. They're not written out venues. Everything's in house. They're paying the wrestlers cheaper than any other wrestler. Like no one's getting I'm just gonna throw around Seth Rollins money on NXT or Becky Lynch money. Occasionally these guys may show up down there, but your main show character right now is what? Trick and Melo?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying that they're not getting paid top dollars right now to appear.
No, not now. But like I don't think Melo's gonna get paid top dollar. I think Trick will. So Jimmy did ask, do you think NWA can fix their TV deal, or will NXT deal nix the whole thing? I think it's nixed it.
It's nixed.
But
you don't like working with people.
So I have this quote here. So Billy Corgan did speak on the Drew Garoppolo live, whatever that is.
Sounds like Jimmy Garoppolo's brother is talking.
Yeah. Responding to the question about the NWA's future on television, he said, "We are free on YouTube, but the way YouTube works and the way people's schedules are, unless they go looking for stuff, they may not know you're there. TV deals are the core of it, and it has been a ton of speculation lately, and I stand by what I said. We have 2 TV deals with a top 20 network, and that's all I can say for now. There is a lot of speculation that's not true, but I can't stand here and say, hand on heart, that that's absolutely true."
That sounds like a man.
We don't know if he's referring to the CW network.
Yeah.
Or if
it sounds like he returned to the CW network.
Or if he's referring to another top 20 network at this point. But in the same vein, now that Fox is free, someone asked Tony Khan if he thought, because you know how the deal with Warner seems to be stalling about renewing with AEW. Someone asked Tony Khan if he'd be going over there, and I think it was reported by Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics. He's just been praising, and he seems very loyal to Warner Brothers at the moment. So I think his plan is to stay over there. I mean, he's probably going to take whatever deal he can get over there. But I don't think. Do you know how Fox didn't pick up SmackDown because it wasn't making enough money?
Yeah.
In return,
the ad money or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think he'll have the same. I think if Fox pick up AEW, because AEW is currently not, as a company itself, is not running in profit by themselves at the moment either, or if they're making profit, it's very little. I don't think that will transfer over to Fox either.
Yeah, I think Fox might be out of the wrestling business as it stands right
No,
now.
I
As
don't
the
necessarily
fact
think
that
they're out of it.
I think they're
I don't.
out. I think they're out. I think because the WWE failed and their eyes, and they're like, I don't know if we want to do this. I think we could put a reality show here and do about the same business.
Maybe I don't. I think they still wanted WWE there just because of having IP.
Mm-hmm.
Because like obviously I've seen it numerous times this week. So Micah Richards is a TV. He was a football player, but he's a TV analyst. I think he even presents on Paramount for the Champions League stuff. He said he's doing another show and he went to Mexico to do Mexican, like he was a Mexican wrestler for a change. This is a huge guy. He's the size of Will Hobbs.
Okay.
Huge guy. And funny laugh and everything, very charismatic. And then the host Gary Lineker, who is another presenter, said what, like MMA wrestling? He's like, no, WWE wrestling.
Mm.
That's IP. Like people know when you talk wrestling, it's either WWE. Just like when you go MMA and you talk about UFC, you don't talk about Bellator.
Yeah, when you talk about hey, watching the fight, you're literally talking about UFC.
Yeah.
Like Bellator exists. You may tune in, but you know their second brand.
Yeah. So I think they're not done, but I think they probably won't dip their toes in it for a while.
Yeah. With that being said, we now know that NXT is going to CW. The quote, go to Levi in the chat. It's a channel I thought it died when Arrow and stuff was on the air, and I was like, this is done. But it does have a national TV audience. It's not on cable. It's not. I don't think it's a bad move for NXT. I think it's a really good upgrade for NXT. They're probably gonna rake in more viewers because it's a easier accessible channel, and it's, you got Hulu access and all that other stuff. You got a bunch of stuff to go on with it, so I think that's fine for NXT. My main question is for all of this is the Dynamite and Raw scenario of where their TV deal is going to be, because USA Network's got SmackDown.
Yeah, Raw I thought was a package deal with NXT, but so apparently it's not. So there's talk that it could go to Disney.
Yeah, but what would that put you on, ESPN or what?
Yeah, but maybe ESPN Plus at this point.
Ugh.
But there's also talk that WWE don't really care what day of the week Raw may go on. If the TV deal gives them enough money, they could go, do you know what? Let's put Raw on Thursday. That could happen.
Yeah. Or Wednesday.
Yeah, this could happen, and so I don't know where Raw goes, but it looks like it's going towards the Disney, one of the Disney things.
Yeah. I mean, if you put Raw on Disney Plus, it'd give me a reason to keep my Disney Plus subscription.
But
because sure as hell ain't any of their IP.
I don't know why USA don't also pick up Raw so you can have both.
Maybe it's the price negotiation. Maybe WWE is selling it differently. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
It's all about negotiations and whatnot. Maybe it's a thing with contracts or something. Who knows about what their previous competition? I don't honestly know the details of all their contract. Like, we don't know. So I'm intrigued at what's going to happen with Raw and Dynamite, because those are the next two domino TV deals to fall. And, I think the reason Dynamite hasn't been re-upped by, Warner Brothers is they thinking that maybe they can get Raw. That could be the main thing. Like, why would I go with AEW, which seems to be, and this is no offense to AEW, it's a fine product, but it does seem to have lost steam. And WWE's business is, according to them, better than ever.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I go with that one instead of Dynamite?
Maybe. So explain to me ESPN Plus. Is that a network or is that
something
just
it's a subscription-based nonsense. It's nothing on there worth a damn. It'd be like having Disney Plus. Like, well, it's not worth it. It's nothing on there.
I don't think they'd be doing that.
Yeah.
I think Raw still needs to be on television, so I don't think it'd be on ESPN Plus. That's the thing. Maybe
Yeah.
FX or whatever.
Yeah, like I don't see it. Not I see Raw either going staying on USA, going to like FX or even TNT.
But I
It's
would
all
laugh. I would laugh
Dynamite
if
shit.
Raw. I would laugh if Raw ended up on TNT.
But which also separates brands and subscription is Peacock. What's Peacock have to do with all this?
I think the Peacock deal's coming to an end soon.
Yeah, I mean they've lost billions of dollars, not just on WWE, just on their brand for all their content that no one probably watches or whatnot. WWE, if they're free and they end up, let's say at TNT, they may end up on Max or something, but it's a lot that's gonna happen in the next few months to figure out like what the fuck is going on with these shows.
And then you got to think they've also working on their international deals at the same time.
Yeah,
because I'm sure the BT deal that's in the UK is running out soon.
yeah.
That needs to return to Sky because more people have Sky in the UK. So like less people are watching WWE because the BT Sports package is too expensive. It's worse than ESPN Plus from what you're describing.
Yeah, and Levi said, "Wouldn't be that sucks though? That's so bad. Like, I feel like that would hurt WWE more if I end up on ESPN Plus. I'll be like WWE, like I really, I'll see what other options I can get.
Yeah,
let's see what else is out there in the world. I'd rather go to Netflix at this point, or
I think
or Amazon.
I feel like Netflix have lost money too. Every streaming network loses money because you can't hold everyone. Everyone rotates their stuff unless you've got money to pay for all of them.
Yeah. And it's just a bad model. It's I believe shows should just go independent and put their shit out somewhere under a Patreon. I think you'd be better doing that than actually release it. I know you get the backing of a network and whatnot, but streaming doesn't make sense. I don't know how people making money.
Do you think Endeavor will get rid of Vince finally? I think so he's got 2 years to be the head of whatever he's got to do. And then I think he has to step away, right? That's what I remember. But it seems like he's being pushed out, and I think on a call, it was reported on on the news that they consider Vince like toxic. Like he could potentially harm everything they do.
Yeah, and it's mostly because outside of
all his outside
issues and the NDAs and all that other shit that's going on. So yeah, I think Vince is technically out. That's why I went on last week's show. I was like, I don't know the next time we're getting a McMahon actually on WWE programming.
Yeah,
because they're all out at this point.
Yeah, and do you know what? I genuinely think Triple H knows what he's doing. Just let him do it.
Yeah, let him cook. It's fine. Like I feel like the product has been better under his reign. You get to see more talent. Yeah, it's focused. It's more focused. Like it's rare when you get like a mind, like when you scratch your head on like what the fuck happened in that segment. Like when you got in the Vince era, when you just be like, oh, he's bringing out an egg. Like that's the only what's popping into mind. But you may get your ads and stuff, and these Triple H matches like the cinnamon toast crunch and all that shit and all that, or the Slim Jim match of the week, or the Mountain Dew, but that's called Vince, or a zombie match. But that's Vince. You didn't get the randomness of like stop and push and pettiness, or like it seemed like they have an idea what they want to do with Triple H era. Yeah. Too much so.
Levi gone too far.
What? Oh,
Triple H doesn't have active sexual assault allegations like Vince.
Triple H is a married man, allegedly.
Allegedly.
According to the dirt sheets, they separated. According to Kevin Nash, talk to them. They're good. I don't know. But
yes,
Triple H seems like a good guy that isn't going to have scandals. He doesn't even drink or smoke or anything. He didn't do any of that.
Nah. So it is interesting to see. And then when this Peacock deal ends, it'd be interesting to see what happens to all these pay-per-views and stuff.
I think we're going to have to pay for pay-per-views again.
Yeah, and I think that might
Especially
be
if
the end of the
WWE ends up
watch-alongs.
with ESPN Plus. They're
Yeah,
gonna probably go that UFC model and be like, "Oh, you gotta pay."
yeah, that'd be the end of the watch-alongs because they'll be too expensive. Yeah, so that's the end of the show. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe if you haven't. We'll be back Saturday with the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast with the meanest part of the
The
ring.
meanest part of the ring. Well, I can see him just going like, it's just I'm curious what his thoughts on the TV deals is. I think we're gonna have to pay for pay-per-views again for WWE.
Yeah,
And
I think that's
I know we're
close.
paying for them now on Peacock, but with the $9.99,
Yeah, but it's
I
not
think
a
we're going
lot.
back.
I feel
Yeah,
like
we're
it's
going back to
easy to.
$60-$70.
But if we have to do that, they really have to put out better shows.
Yeah, they gotta make people want to order.
Because I probably pay for the first two, but like if they're shit, I'm gonna pay. I won't pay for just outside of the four main ones.
Yeah, I'm not paying for a Roman Reigns match where I know it's gonna be outside interference with the bloodline for the 80th month in a row.
Yeah, they have to really show out. Like AEW's pay-per-views. Like in the long run, $60 is probably too much for that. Maybe $40. But
Yeah.
like it has to be worth it. At least AEW do put on a show when they're on pay-per-view.
Yeah. Like I'm not paying for any of these Saudi Arabia shows or anything.
Yeah, like you pay your £10 or $10 or $5 if you're on the cheaper plan on Peacock. It doesn't really matter, does it? Like what show you put on, because realistically you've only paid $5 or $10 to watch this. It's not that bad.
I just think there should be a rule of if it costs X amount to go to the venue to watch a show, it should not cost this less or more to watch it at home on pay-per-view.
Yeah. So we'll be back Saturday. I've been Lord Manny Hayes. He's been
Marcus, the grand finale, and I may be the guy that attacked Trip Williams, or I may be the guy in the devil mask. You don't know. We have mysteries.
And after that AEW, after Mox's promo and Samoa Joe's belt dumping,
Tony Khan will pay for his crime. I haven't seen that. Where's he been?
Oh no, Ring of Honor. No one wants to watch Ring of Honor.
No one wants Ring of Honor. You're ruining a lot of your talent.
And on that note, we out. Peace.